Hey y'all, my name is Jennifer with True to You Yoga, and I am so excited that you joined us today for our flow about body proportions. Everybody's bodies are made a little bit different, so your poses are going to look different than anybody else's, just based on the way your hip sockets might be or your shoulder joints. It's a ball and socket, so some of you, your socket might be like this, some of it might be more open, and it's all just based on your body and how you were created. So keep in mind, everything's not going to look the same. Let's go ahead and come with our feet on the floor straight in front of us. If you want, you can turn towards the front of your mat, so both feet are on the floor, set up straight. You can put your hands on the floor behind you just to help with that length in your spine. We're going to take our knees and drop them to your right. Inhale, bring them up to center. Exhale, drop towards your left. You can just take them back and forth a few times, starting to open up your hips. You can go ahead and you can rock your right bottom cheek off the floor and drop to the left. Your left off the floor when you drop to your right. Just get those hips open a little bit. Bring your feet now flat on the floor in front of you. Bring your soles of your feet together. Drop your knees open to the side into butterfly pose. Your feet are touching each other. Your knees are bent and out to the side. Your hip sockets are just falling open. You might have your knees up high. They might flop all the way down to the floor. Again, a lot of it's based on your body proportions. Some is your flexibility. Towards the end of the practice, whenever we do butterfly again, we'll see if maybe it might be a little bit different for you after you're warmed up. Take a deep breath in, sit up nice and straight, that string all the way up from your tailbone up towards the ceiling, lifted high, chest strong and forward, chin is dipped, and relax, and let's come to our hands and knees into tabletop. Palms right underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Give a little cough to engage those abs. And that'll also help keep your back flattened out into your just your natural curve of your back. Head in line with your spine. Drop your belly down, keeping it engaged. Your collarbones push forward. Neck is long. Exhale into cat pose, round up towards the sky, drop your tailbone, pelvis tucked under, head drop to the floor, belly tight and high. Inhale, back into cow. Exhale, cat. One more time, your own. Tabletop, bring your right leg forward so your foot is on the floor in place of where your right hand was. And this is just a low lunge. Your left knee is still in the ground. Bend your right leg is forward and bent. You can bring your hands to your hips. You can keep your hands on the floor. Your hip bones are still facing forward. If you feel comfortable here, you can inhale and lift your arms up overhead. They could be out at a V. You could bring them to cactus, wherever they're comfortable for you today. Keep a slight tuck of your pelvis. Big inhale and exhale, hands to the floor. And then you're going to bring your right palm on the inside of your right foot. Your right foot kind of walk out towards the edge of your mat, and then just let your body sink down. Open up your left hip in the front. It's going to open up the right thigh on both the back and the inner thigh. A couple deep breaths here. Keep your belly engaged. Do your little cough test if you need to again, or like somebody, you're bracing for a punch in your belly. Exhale back to table. kind of sink back a little, give your wrists a break. Get back to table and your left foot forward. Use your hand to help you get there if you need to. Lift up, inhale, into your low lunge again. If you need to pad that back knee, feel free. Hips are facing forward. Pelvis is tucked just a little bit so there's no sway in your back. Inhale your arms up if you're comfortable with that. Exhale. Keep your belly tight again. Your ribs, keep them closed, like somebody just tied a corset around you. That also helps keep your abs in. Remember how they used to lace up and tuck everything in. And exhale your hands to the floor. Right palm inside of your left foot. Wiggle that left foot out towards the edge of your mat and sink down into your lizard pose. Feel that stretch again on your right front of your hip and then on the left thigh on the inner and outer portion. Keep that belly engaged. Next, exhale back into tabletop and take an inhale here. Just help relax and exhale. Push your bottom up to the sky into down dog. Work to keep the weight out of your wrists and in your fingertips. Belly is engaged. Your toes are on the floor, but your heels can be lifted or flat, whatever is most comfortable to you. Your next inhale, bring your right foot forward in between your palms. Drop your left heel to the floor so it's parallel to the front of your mat. Inhale up into Warrior Two. In Warrior Two, typically your arms are spread out and long, energy shooting through your fingers. If you want to keep them on your hips today, that's fine. As we go through these body positions, your hips are going to be open up. Don't think that they need to be completely parallel to the mat. Most of us cannot do that, and if you try to force it, it's going to be hard on your hips, tearing at your bones, and you could have issues later on. We don't want that. That's a no-go. Take your left inner thigh, spiral it up towards back and up towards the ceiling. This will help keep everything in line as well and keep it protected as you engage that thigh. Your front knee shouldn't be over your toe. It should be directly above it. Engage those abs again. Think of a punch or a cough, or if you start up laughing, anything like that. Gaze over your right fingers, nice and strong. Inhale, let's straighten our right leg. Lift your arms up over your head, nice and long. Engage your right quad. Bend your front knee again and exhale. Cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Step your right foot back into a high plank. If you need to go down on your knees, feel free. Abs are engaged again. Think about lifting the palms up off the floor and that weight in your fingertips. Exhale as you slowly, gently lower yourself to the floor. Untuck your toes, all 10 toes pressed into the mat. Your hip bones are pressed down, abs are engaged, and lengthen through your spine out the crown of your head as you gently lift your upper body off the floor into Baby Cobra. Exhale up into tabletop and then through into down dog. Again, bottom high to the sky, bend your knees if you need to. Step your left foot forward. You can help carry it up there with your hand if you want. Drop your right foot heel down so then it intersects the heel of your front foot. Lift yourself up. Again, you can go into with your arms out long, fingers spread, and nice and strong. Spin that back inner thigh down and up. Engage your core. Keep your pelvis tucked under a tiny bit. Inhale, straighten your front leg, arms up overhead. Exhale, Warrior Two, and cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Step your left foot back into plank pose again. Again, feel free to drop to your knees if you need to. And if you are on your toes, Rock your weight forward and exhale as you go down through chaturanga to the floor. Untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale through tabletop and down into child's pose. Drop your bottom towards your heels. Keep your knees spread wide, arms reaching forward. Walk your fingertips up towards the front of your mat so you get a nice stretch down your sides. Forward into table and exhale into down dog. From down dog, walk your tiptoes all the way up towards the front of your mat. Feet are parallel to each other. Your big toes can be touching or your feet can be about hip width apart. Inhale, slide your hands up your shins, shoulder blades slide down your back, neck is long in the back, collarbones gently through your shoulders, and your weight is balanced on the heels and the balls of your feet. Exhale, slide your hands back down to the floor. You can use a block here if you want. And then we're going to gently step our feet out towards the edges of the mat. Turn your toes out to the sides. So your toes are off the mat on the floor and your heels are still on the mat. We're going to gently start to lower our bottom towards the floor, bending our knees. Only go as low as you can. If you need to stop here, that's fine. Part way down, anything, whatever works for your body today. If you can, drop it your bottom all the way down. So you're like in a little froggy position is the way I think of it. You can place a block under your bottom, or you can place a blanket under your heels, roll up your mat just a little bit and place it there as well. Rock back and forth a little bit at whatever height you're at. Open up those hips. Some people's hips will not allow them to get down to this position, and they're going to be further up, and that's fine. We always have to listen to our bodies so that we don't injure it. We want to, stay young and healthy as much as we can. We don't want to have to go have replacements and things. Hands to the floor, and then just bring them behind you and slowly come back so your bottom is on the floor. And we are going to go back into the butterfly pose. So your feet are together, your knees are out to the side. See if it feels a little bit different for you this time around. If you don't feel quite as tight in your inner thighs, your knees might flop open a little bit more. You may find that it's the same. If you have some problems, you can take and you can put blocks underneath your knees to help hold them up as well. Gently rock forward onto your tailbone so then your back will be nice and long. Stretch out your spine. I'm trying to stretch you. I'm pulling you down from your tailbone and up through your head. Stretch it nice and long and strong. Abs are engaged. Back of the neck is long. Your chin is parallel to the floor. Take your right leg, stretch it out in front of you, and your left insole will go to your inner thigh if you can. If it doesn't go there, you can place it on your shin area, on the inside of your shin. Again, you can put a block underneath of that bent leg. Flex the toes of your right foot. Keep your heel on the ground and your knee lifted and not the other way around. Engage all the way up through that quad into your hip socket. Take your chest, gently rotate it towards that knee. Inhale your arms up and exhale forward. We're going to work on stretching the back of your hamstrings now and down into your shin. You want to think of keeping your back long yet and your chest towards your knee, not your head. If you want, you can place some blocks here. It's a good option whenever you're starting. It will help you to keep that length in your spine. Head is in line. Dip your chin just a tiny bit, like you're going to hold an orange under your chin. Relax your shoulders so they're not bunched up by your ears. Inhale and go ahead and lift yourself up. We're going to switch legs. So your left leg is straight, your right knee is bent and into your inner thigh. Again, you can use your blocks if you want. Flex your front toe, engage your quad up into your hip socket. Lift up high through your spine. Again, stretching it nice and long. Deep inhale and exhale, fold forward. With each inhale, think of getting longer, and exhale, think of folding. Again, think your chest towards your knee, not your head. Use those blocks if you need to help keep that length. Hold your orange again underneath your chin. Inhale, lift yourself up. Just walk those hands back. You've got your blocks. You can go ahead and move them out of the way. Bring your right leg out. Shake them out just a little bit. Bounce them up and down. Relax. Leaving your left leg long. Take your right knee. Bring it in towards your chest. Just in as far as you can. It could be where your foot is more like by your shin on the floor, at your knee, in your inner thigh, whatever works. Lift your chest up again. So your collarbones are through your shoulder blades just a little bit, tiny, tiny bit. Tuck that pelvis. We are going to twist towards our right. Take your right hand behind your body and go up on those fingertips. Your left arm will just wrap around your right knee and help to twist you a tiny bit. You're twisting from our upper back and not just from our lower back. Again, with your inhale, think length. Exhale, think twist. Abs engaged. Ribs are closed like you got that corset going on again. Neck is long. Next exhale, let's go ahead and gently unwind. Right leg long, left knee is bent with that foot on the floor. Wherever your body allows you to bring it in towards. Inhale, bring some length as you pull that knee in. Exhale, your left hand goes behind your body. Your right arm wraps around your left knee as you twist towards the side. Continue to keep that right leg engaged. Your foot is flexed, that quad is engaged, and that muscle hugged into your bone. Inhale, lift tall and lengthen. Exhale, twist. Your gaze can be over your back shoulder. It could be in front of you, like to the side, or if you need to keep your face forward, that's fine. You just don't want to strain your neck in whichever position you put it in. Exhale, go ahead and relax and unwind. Shake those legs out again. And we are going to roll down for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Work on using your abs to get you down there. You can place your hands on the floor though as well, and just walk yourself back until you are laying down. Tuck your shoulder blades down your back. Your feet are spread wide. Toes are flopped out to the side. Hands flip so the palms are up. And relax out to your sides. Sometimes have to wiggle and get your shoulder blades down a little bit more. And let's think about relaxing. First, we're going to work our way up our body. Your toes, the balls of your feet, your insoles, your heels, your ankles. Feel that tension releasing throughout your lower leg, your knees, your upper leg, your pelvis, your low back and your abs, your chest, your upper arm, your lower arm, your hands, your neck, your face. Sink into the floor. Take this time. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, waking your body back up. If you have time, feel free to stay in Shavasana for longer. Give a big stretch, arms overhead, knees into your chest, and give them a little hug. Roll over onto your right side. Use your right arm as a pillow for your head. Thank yourself for taking this time today for you. Exhale and let's bring ourselves up into a seated position. Just come into easy seat. An easy seat is crisscross applesauce. Inhale as you lengthen through your spine. Crown of your head, arms up overhead, bring your palms together. Exhale as you trace that line down through the middle of your face and to your heart. May you always be true in your intentions, true to your heart's desires, and speak loving truth to those around you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to our next practice together. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, check out my website, True to You Yoga, and subscribe so you get my email letters and everything else, and you can just find that way to your truth. Again, thank you so much, and love ya.